final day of the preseason in the NFL. Horrible job by the league again. I can't believe this. The Colts and the Bengals start the card in the rotation order. They meet week 1 of the regular season. Give me a break. This would be the definition of run the ball, get out of there, don't show them anything.
Yeah, and it's funny because this is a game with 2 quarterback rotations that I actually like. You know, the Colts, Brissett and Walker have been a nice duo in the preseason. Cincinnati, Driscoll and Barkley have been a nice duo in the preseason. I love to be betting on one of these teams against somebody else, but being that they're playing again next week, not so much. 2.5, 34. That 34 has not been steamed under.
Driscoll pushing Barkley to back up Dalton as well. Miami is now the favorite. Miami's taking money against Atlanta. Dan Quinn doesn't care about the preseason, and it's going to be the backups at quarterback for the Falcons, and you've got Fales and Osweiler battling out for the backup job in Miami.
Yeah, but to see the Dolphins taking money here, the Dolphins' defense has been awful this preseason.
Yep.
Brock Osweiler has been awful this preseason. David Fales hasn't been a whole lot better. But it's a Falcons team, that has not won a preseason game in the last 2 years. And we talk about Benkert and Grayson as a QB duo. It's not like Atlanta is showing any urgency for this game either.
And we had a we had a 3.5 point move after the Bridgewater trade. So now you thought you got a great number, and then you had to play out of it. The Jets are still favored against Philly, but now the Jets just signed a guy after they trade Bridgewater. Who's that kid from Wake they had? Walford, whatever his name is, John Walford. Yeah, they signed him some under money here in this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Jets signed John Walford on Tuesday. He's going to play on Thursday. Okay, that would be the definition of a limited playbook. Of course, Philly is going to be playing Joe Callahan, who's been okay in the preseason, and Christian Hackenberg, who they, has been a disaster basically every time he's hit the field, preseason or otherwise, since joining the NFL. So you want to talk understeam. There's been heavy understeam in this one, Paulie. This game opened, as high as 37. Now we're looking at 33.5, and that money continues to come on the under.
Yes, run the ball, get out of there, go home. Cleveland, Detroit opened 2.5. Cleveland's now laying 2.5. Mayfield will play the first half in that one for the Browns. That's on NFL Network at 4 o'clock. And the Patriots and the Giants, the 8 in a row over streak came to an end last week with Belichick. They're taking on the G-men here on the road.
Yeah, I'm not excited about the over in this game either. There's going to be lots of Danny Etling for the New England Patriots today. If you've seen Danny Etling play in the preseason, in college, at Purdue, at LSU, it doesn't matter. He's not exactly a bet on QB. Of course, Giants going to be going with Davis Webb for an extended stretch here. He's been pretty good, but the rookie, Kyle Lauletta, is expected to get the bulk of the playing time in the second half of this ballgame, being that point spread decided after halftime. Kyle Lauletta, not a guy I'm excited about laying a price with, but New England hasn't shown any. I've seen no indication the Patriots are interested in this game in any way.
All right, Ravens at home against the Redskins. Can Harbaugh make it 13 in a row straight up in the preseason? I would trade for RG3 if I needed a quarterback. He's looked good in the preseason. They're not going to keep 3 quarterbacks. They're going to keep Jackson, so we know they probably deal RG3. Movement on the Ravens from 4 up to 6.5. No McCoy, not expected to play with the Redskins.
Yeah, I mean, look, Baltimore. We talk about Atlanta as a team that people have betting against in the preseason. There's money coming on the Ravens every week. John Harbaugh is a coach who clearly cares about wins and losses in August. As you mentioned, that incredible strong winning streak from Baltimore. But it's not just win here. It's win by margin. They got to win by a touchdown or more. I want no part of Kevin Hogan. Kevin Hogan's been ugly. He's going to get the lion's share of snaps for the Redskins tonight. RG3, certainly the better of the 2 QBs and a guy with something to prove. But that's very much in the point spread here with the Ravens. Bet all the way up to 6.5. If you like Baltimore early, great. If you like them now, I'll be a little bit too late.
All right. I don't have much on Carolina and Pittsburgh, and then Jacksonville and Tampa Bay. Tanner Lee. Look at some of these quarterbacks that are gonna play in this one with Jacksonville and Tampa Bay. Is this still 1.5? Let me see here. This is and the total. Yeah, there's a movement. 36.5 down to 34 now with the total in the Jacksonville game.
Yeah, Steelers, Panthers. Steelers looks like they're going with the Dobbs and Rudolph today at quarterback. Carolina, Allen. They're going to go. Kyle Allen, I say, going to go in the second half. Definitely lean towards Pittsburgh in that ball game. From everything I've read, the Steelers appear to be a little bit more interested than the Panthers in this game. But of course, you're laying a price with the Steelers in that one. As for Tampa, Jacksonville, I mean, look, you want to talk about an ugly QB rotation in the second? Tanner Lee versus Austin Allen. No surprise, the Bucks and the Jags have seen under steam this morning. That total bet down to 34. And it's funny, Paulie, when you look at the totals all across the board, 33.5 to 38.5. There's not much of a range for week 4 NFL preseason totals. They don't go much higher than 38. They don't go much lower than 34.
Yeah. So the Redskins signed a guy early in the week from down the street. He played like Division II college ball or something. That guy's supposed to play tonight. And look at this, Luis Perez. The Rams signed Luis Perez from Texas A&M Commerce, wherever that, that college. He's supposed to play a lot tonight. So we're seeing a big move on the Saints. They've been up to 6, and the total has dropped big time from 38 down to 34. Although be careful, Sean Payton is 1-11 in week 4 of the preseason.
Well, exactly. Everyone wants to bet against the Rams, and I understand that. When you're talking about signing a guy off the street and putting him in for extended action in a week 4 preseason game, that is a bet against situation, even if Brandon Allen gets a start. But where's the bet on for New Orleans? I haven't seen anything that says bet on the Saints here. And not only do they have to win the game, they have to win it by a touchdown or more. As we've seen in the preseason, touchdowns not always that easy to get. I understand the desire to bet against the Rams, but the price isn't right to get involved with a coach who's 1-11 in week 4. Not exactly a money-making proposition to be betting the Saints in these type of ball games.
All right, this one hasn't moved. Houston and the Cowboys. Houston's 4-34. Dallas was pitiful on Sunday night with 8 turnovers. And then you have Kansas City, Green Bay taking some money here. Kansas City was high as 6. It's down to 3.5. And it was going to be a lot of McGloin in this one, and Sitton, Litton, whatever, for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you talk about Houston, Dallas, the Cowboys' offensive line was an issue last week. It may well be an issue this week. They're going to be going with Cooper Rush and Mike White in that game. Joe Webb for the Texans, type of QB we like in the fourth quarter. For KC Green Bay, I don't want any part of the Packers in this ballgame. Tim Boyle getting extended playing time for KC, Henny, Litton, McGloin. I would definitely lean KC. At 3.5, it's not a cheap price to lay, but it's the only way I could look in that.
And we'll see if the impossible can happen. It gets continue. Arizona at home against Denver. Arizona plus 15 in the turnover battle so far in the preseason. You got to be kidding me. They opened 3. Denver actually taking some money in this one, as it's another audition for Chad Kelly as he's trying. Forget Paxton Lynch, he's done in Denver. But will he back up Keenum, or will they try to acquire a veteran, as Elway has talked about?
Well, exactly. This is a situation for Denver where there's a QB with something to prove here in Chad Kelly. So that's real. Arizona's going to be going with Canoff for extended stretches tonight. That's not exactly a bet on QB, and a team that's plus 15 in turnovers while going 3-0 straight up and against the spread in August. Obviously, that is not sustainable for the long term. Worked for them last week. Again.
All right. Anything on the other late games, which is 6 to 7 o'clock, Chargers, 49ers, and Raiders, Seahawks. As the Seahawks make a move and get Hundley from Green Bay.
For the Chargers, Cardell Jones expected to get the majority of playing time. For San Fran, Beathard and Mullins. For Seattle, we're going to use the Seahawks Raider game as our play of the day. Seattle's probably going to play McCall for most of the game. Oakland with Cook and Manuel as an underdog. That may well be a bet on QB duo for a team catching points.
All right. And Gruden. How about Gruden? I don't know if the backup quarterback's on the roster. Cook and Manuel have been terrible so far in that one. All right. Football's back. A lot of college football games tonight. We'll run down everything tomorrow with the marquee games, Washington, Auburn, and also recap what happens in Major League Baseball. And, of course, Notre Dame and Michigan, as Notre Dame opens 7 here in Vegas at the South Point. And you're seeing nothing but Michigan money. That's now pick 'em in that one. All right. You teased it, money time play of the day. Let's stay red hot. What do you want to do?
Let's take a look at Oakland, the Raiders, plus the 3. That's betting number 131 at Seattle tonight. It's been an ugly preseason for the Seahawks because the Seahawks offensive line stinks. That doesn't change in week 4. Cook and Manuel get the job done for the Raiders tonight. They at least keep it close. Give me Oakland, the Raiders, plus the 3. That's our play of the day.
Yes, excellent. Tomorrow, Auburn, Washington, West Virginia, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Michigan, and Miami and LSU. And I got a lot of work to do. Look at the sheet. Look at all the moves from the openers and everything that is moved side and total. The South Point here in Vegas as the openers come. I mean, this is sick. Look at the Wake Forest game. Open 13. It's down to 5.5. Nothing but Tulane money. I know there's a quarterback out there in that one with Wake. So we'll run everything down. Northwestern. Remember, we got Northwestern plus 3.5 in pocket that we gave out a while back on the show as well.
Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.